What's up, guys? Back with another video, more of like a little update video on the Icebear Maddog itself. I did do a couple mods to it since the last video. Mainly it was just I put in the Mukuni DF44 fuel pump, that way I didn't have fuel cut off at full throttle. I switched out all the gas lines when I did that because I might as well. I already had most of them off anyways. But let's go ahead, check it out really quick. So we got all see-through lines now, all clear lines. They're by Helix Racing. They're actually pretty nice. And then we got the see-through red fuel filter, as you can see. And it's actually nice because you can actually unscrew both red pieces and actually interchange the filter as well. And then it leads up, all clear lining still, leads back into the Mikuni DF44 fuel pump. The only thing I had to do was disconnect the two bolts holding on the stock pump, which are actually located underneath the seat. We'll lift the seat up and do it. So there's two bolts. There's going to be one bolt here and another bolt there. Now once you switch out the pumps, the Mikuni pump isn't going to be able to have that same bracket. It's going to be over here, so you'd have to drill into the plate. But so far I have it run off one bolt. So far it's good. There's a little washer in behind the fuel pump, so watch out for that, because it's tucked up against the plate. So it'll be the fuel pump, washer, and then the seat plate, and then on the top is the bolt, and then you got the nut that goes underneath of it. But overall it was super easy to do, super simple. What I actually did, I actually ran the tank super low, and then I tilted it over, just put a block of wood underneath the kickstand, try to drain it as much as I could into a gas can, that way I could get it pretty empty. And then all I did was pop the line off. No gas came out of it whatsoever, which was really nice, so it wasn't a mess. Put the new fuel lines on. Now from Helix Racing, these were a little bit of a pain to actually push on to the fittings for the filter, fuel pump, and the gas tank. But once they're on, I mean, it's nice. They're super flexible. You can squish them together, and they're way better, hands down, way better. And then it's nice to actually have a see-through fuel filter and see-through lines, because you can actually see if it's getting gas or not, which is a plus. But yeah, so far I've had it. I've run it off the Mikuni DF44 fuel pump. They're about $30 to $35 depending on where you get them from. I got the fuel filter from the GY6 store. I got the see-through Helix Racing fuel lines and the Mikuni DF44 fuel pump offline. You can actually go and check out the Facebook page. The guy's name is Alan Riviera. He's the owner of the page that sells actually the line and pump and a bunch of other stuff for the Maddog. But mainly it's a lot of aftermarket parts. He does stock actual parts as well, but it's more or less aftermarket parts. Just performance parts in general. He has OEM parts, just better replacement parts. Now, after doing this, and I used it, all this and that, it doesn't do the fuel cutoff anymore, so that is definitely the solution, hands down. I mean, I've heard a bunch of people say it on, like, Facebook and stuff like that, but actually doing it myself, hands down, cuts that fuel problem off. It's so much better with this pump. Like, it does not stop. You just keep going, and it just maxes out. So, if you are planning on doing the Mikuni DF44 fuel pump swap for the stock one, hands down, definitely a way to go. The only thing I have noticed about it is even after I ran it and bled the lines and all this and that good stuff, what it does do, if you can see the fuel line, this is all gas and all through here is air. Now I'm thinking it loses vacuum or something and it starts backfeeding and the gas starts dropping back into the tank, because there was no air bubble. There was no air bubble in the filter. There was no air bubble in the lines when I parked this thing, and now all of a sudden there's air again. And this has happened like 3 times now. So, and I made sure all the connections were tight, all the vacuum lines were tight. But yeah, so that's pretty much all that is. That's like my only complaint so far with it. Now another complaint I do have is I actually bought, if you watch one of my older videos, I installed a CDI on this thing, which was one of the performance CDIs, just like a normal eBay CDI, and it was it's actually the orange colored one. What actually happened was the boot, the little L on the end of it that snaps onto the plug, it actually snapped out off the boot, so it stripped out the plug pretty much. And then that bracket inside the little brass fitting that actually is screwed into the plastic snapped out of it from, I guess, all the vibrations or stuff like that. So if you do have one of those, watch out for that. Mine lasted about 1,500 miles. I've heard of them lasting 1,000. I've heard of them lasting longer. I guess it's one of those give and take type deals. I do plan on getting another coil. I'll probably go with another cheapy one. I'll probably get a red one this time. But in the future, I'm probably going to run with an OML coil because I heard those are like top stuff. So we'll do that. And I also want to switch out all the other vacuum lines just to make sure all the line systems are good. Spark is good. I'm going to end up switching out the plug pretty soon because I'll end up parking it in the winter time and I'll just store it away. But so far what we got going on this bad boy is we got the 6-speed lug nuts. The 6-speed lug nuts, by the way, if you don't know the lug pattern for the Generation 4 Icebear Maddog, it is 10 by 125 is going to be the thread pattern. So if you just Google that, 10 by 125 lug nuts, those will fit right onto it. Then we got the Mikuni DF44 fuel pump, along with Helix Racing transparent lines. We have the Gutax Racing 6-way adjustable brake levers. Let's see what else we got. We got some Sylvania LED running lights in there to match with the headlights. I also broke into the CVT the other day and looked at the belt and stuff. I'll probably order a Gates Kevlar belt, but for right now it's all stock in there. I did clean out the variator, all this and that. I didn't see any washer behind the variator to restrict speed. I couldn't find my scale, so I don't know exactly what the stock weights are, so I couldn't tell you about those. But that would be all about that pretty much. And then we have the Taiwan Laser Parts high torque starter in there as well, because I plan on big boring this. I'll probably take it to a 171cc from probably the NCY kit, honestly. NCY or the Tata kit, those are two of the main ones. And then I need to get an exhaust, carburetor. But overall, you guys, this is just a little quick update video on it for you. I was gonna make a video on installing the Mikuni DF44 fuel pump, but like I said, it's super easy. I mean, it's super easy. You just disconnect the top bolt, disconnect the bottom nut. The pump will definitely drop. Watch out for the two washers sandwiched in between the pump and the plate. If you can, try to empty out the tank or drain it as low as you can, that way you don't make a mess. And then get the new lines or use your old lines, whichever one you want to do. I just wanted to run the filter before the pump instead of the stock way of after the pump. And then you just run the line into the filter, run the line from the filter into the pump, run the other line on the outside of the pump into the carb, and then mount it up and you're all set. What you do have to watch out for though is on the Mikuni pump, it's going to look like a square. You're going to see arrows pointing that way on the top left and the bottom right. And the top nipple coming right out of the face of it, that's going to be the vacuum line. Top left is going to be the inlet, so that's going to come from this gas tank, and then the bottom right is going to go into the carb. Don't back it up or it won't work right. But honestly, that's about it. Just wanted to give you a quick update, see the pros and cons, and see what all I got going on with this thing so far. And yes, I do have more stuff coming in for this bad boy. I already put an order out for some more parts. I also got 12-gram rollers, but I don't want to drop those in until I know what weights are actually in the CVT right now. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. Just wanted to give you a quick update on the Icebear Maddog. Stay tuned for the future videos on this, because there will be some. I'm just currently in the process of moving to another house, a townhouse you could say. So yeah, but if you have any questions, like always, if you have any questions about the Mikuni pump or the helix lines, go ahead, let me know. I'll try to drop the links to them all in the description below as well. And if you are not subscribed to the channel already, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and if you can, let's try to grow the channel and make it a little bit bigger. Share it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, on the Snap. I've been putting out in the Snap story in the Our Story section. It actually seems to be working good. But go ahead, let me know what you guys think, and that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Peace out, and keep chucking.